Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe because seriously every bit helps support the channel. So today is going to be probably a pretty long video. I'll do my best to keep it short. I have in the description a high-level Excel document on weapon combo and choices, as well as just a brief justification. The goal is for you to step away and realize what will help you win more encounters and what you're obviously going to lose more against. Of course, occasionally there's going to be repeat information as we talk through various guns and their categories because we'll hit on some that talk close range, mid-range, and long range. But you will notice how certain weapons are going to be brought up consistently, and of course that's dependent on the meta currently. To help save you time, I'm going to timestamp each weapon category, so you can go to that and of course look in conjunction with the Excel document to hopefully expedite this learning process. Of course, those who watch the full video, it really means a ton, and I really hope any bit of information that I share is helpful. So let's get right into it. Okay, so let's get into the discussions. Again, I apologize for any repeat information. The goal of this video is to be as informative and detailed as possible, talking about various weapon combos and what's best and not best depending on what your engagement is. Of course, the Mozambique should definitely be utilized as a secondary weapon first and foremost. It is definitely a meme weapon. It's not definitely a gun that you're going to go into full guns blazing. Even if you have the shotgun bolt and of course the hop up, it's definitely not going to be your go-to weapon. So let's kind of go into the next best secondary. The reason why you're not going to be running a shotgun as mostly your primary weapon is mostly because you're going to run into the issue of distance. Even if you have two shotguns, even if you happen to have the Mastiff and the EVA 8 at a distance, while this does do some consistent damage, you're going to be better off having, let's say, a Prowler, a R99, an R301, a Wingman, an 3030, anything along those lines to kind of close the gap. You want something that's going to give you some consistent damage around mid-range, because otherwise, as you can tell with the EVA 8, it definitely starts to short its damage at a distance, as well as a Mastiff. So these two guns definitely fit in the same category, and as we go through the weapons, you're going to see a repeat that the Mastiff and EVA 8 are fantastic for secondary weapons, mostly because of their burst potential. So the reason why these have such high and amazing burst potential, and I'm going to switch over here and grab the R99 just to give a quick example and scenario, is that realistically, when you want to get your full spray off of the R99, which we're going to come back to in just a hot second, you will notice that when you get your spray, you have to be out in the open. Notice how long I was out in the open, even if I'm crouch spamming, to get this full spray off. Now, if I'm using a Mastiff, I can simply crouch, peek, and this is where the strength of this weapon in terms of overall burst comes in. And even when we talk about Gibby bubble fights, why it is so massively effective, essentially. So again, you want to rock the EVA 8 and Mastiff on pretty much any secondary that you can, the Mastiff preferably, but if you have no choice, the EVA 8 is definitely a solid build now, considering that the Bolt is definitely buffed and has consistent DPS, as you can tell. So now let's move away from the shotguns. So you understand, obviously, the shotguns are secondary, grab those. The PK could be treated as both a primary and a secondary. When you finally get this weapon, you're mostly going to be towards the end zone of in-game. You probably will have it pretty close to range, so by the time you have this weapon, it definitely can be used as a primary weapon. You can have the R99 as a secondary, the Volt as a secondary, or flip-flop it vice versa. The reason why is because it's charge shot. As you can see, you can get quite a bit of distance off on it, and of course if you get close range, you can nail those quick shots in succession, so there's definitely a massive benefit to it. So when we talk about the Prowler, you treat it more like an R99 or a Hemlock, meaning that you can use this as a primary or secondary. A primary if you grab a shotgun as a secondary with it. Meaning, obviously, if you're shooting out in the open, this is fine, but if you're in close quarters and somebody has a Mastiff, even if they have no bolt, and again, the peak damage is just insane, which is, let's say even if you have peak damage and you're fighting them close range, remember this is a horizontal spread, so if you shoot, you'll notice a horizontal spread with the overall Mastiff shot, and you see hitting multiple targets there. So even if they're right in front of me and I miss my shot, I mean, the high probability, even if they got bad accuracy, is that they're going to land their shots and hit you. So if you're playing against any good player, they're most likely going to land their shots and do quite a bit of damage. Same thing whenever you have a Kraber as a primary here, you're having a Mastiff, or even as a Prowler as a secondary. The Kraber obviously is your entry-level damage just to begin with. The thing is that you clearly don't want to use a Kraber as a secondary, mostly because you don't have the cleanup potential with this gun. So again, treat the Kraber as a sniper, treat the PK as if it were a shotgun, and then treat the Prowler as if it was a Hemlock or a R99 alternative or Volt. Now let's talk about the energy weapons. Most of these weapons are going to be utilized in the second tier category, specifically the Volt. You want to treat the Volt as if it were a R99. So again, you can have a Kraber or a Sniper as a primary weapon, ideally, and the reason why is you want to get that initial spike damage off and then clean up with the Volt. So as soon as you get that entry level damage, then you can clean up and go quickly and only peek for a moment. You don't necessarily, with most SMGs, want to do your initial peak damage with the Volt just because you're spending so much time out in the open, and the more time you spend out in the open, the higher risk. You're going to get slammed by a lot of damage, essentially. Now, you can use the Devotion as either a primary slot or secondary, mostly because it's got the ramp-up time. You got to be mindful of that, especially if you're going into a house and they have a Volt or R99. They can essentially get more DPS off the rip compared to a Volt or a Mastiff or anything along those lines. Treat the Havoc as an in-between weapon compared to the Volt. So again, you can throw this as a primary. You can slap a 3x on it. I don't necessarily recommend it unless you got the nice recoil control with it. It hits splits, as you can tell, massively horizontal left and right. So you just got to be able to control that. But it does a lot of damage. And of course, when you get the turbocharger with the Devo and the Havoc, it's a force to be reckoned with. The spike damage is really high. So again, as you can tell, the best weapons here are obviously going to be the Volt as a secondary. You can mix mash these between primary and secondary. Their turbocharger makes it a lot more viable to go up against a Mastiff in terms of DPS. And the L-Star is a great starter weapon. It is not a bad gun whatsoever. It's just the issue as you start to approach endgame. A lot of the other weapons, as you can tell, just even from the damage per second, will be a lot more effective, such as a fully kitted R99, a Prowler, a Volt, a Mastiff. And then if you're using this as a primary, you might as well, because of the bullet velocity, you might as well grab an R301 or something a lot more effective to get the initial burst damage. The reason why you grab this at the start is that it bursts higher than an Alternator, a P2020, an RE45, or anything like that. So it's not a bad gun to be. And it can do a lot of DPS, as you can tell, even close range. But just be careful about your weapon choice. And if you can't control the recoil, just be mindful of it. So let's move on. Let's talk about snipers. Anything with a sniper, you obviously want this in the primary slot. You want to be careful not to run a 30-30, a Scout, or anything along those lines as a secondary. And the reason why for that is that even if you have like a Wingman as a secondary slot, you're relying heavily on your accuracy, which is not a bad thing. You could be cracked out of your mind, and land all your shots. But the problem is that you still are relying on quick single fire shots, which is not bad for initial burst damage, like I said, especially with the Mastiff. This isn't necessarily the worst combination to be in, but if you're in a high pressure situation and you're missing your shots, even if you miss the first two in the situation and they have a Mastiff or an R99, they could potentially frag out and fry you. So again, you want to look at mid-range and long-range as entry-level damage to avoid getting peaked at all costs. So if you do an initial peak, you'll notice how much your body stays out of the line of fire against your enemy. So I get a lot of questions on the stream asking, how do I maintain better positioning, or how can I win more of my gunfights? Well, it's really going to come down to your weapon combinations. You don't necessarily want to go full on into a fight with two single fire weapons like the triple take or the Wingman, and you don't necessarily want to go into a fight with the Flatline and the R301 as well, which we're going to cover here in just a hot second. So again, with these weapons, you either are going to grab a shotgun like the Mastiff to kind of support fast burst damage, or you're going to grab a nice SMG like the R301, the Volt, the R99, anything along those lines that are going to help support you. The energy weapons are not bad, such as the Devotion or Havoc, but the ramp up time is not what you need for a cleanup weapon with this. Now if you have the turbocharger, that changes it, and you can definitely switch your weapons and make a better informed decision accordingly. So now, again, I'm moving quite quickly. I want this guide to be fast and informative for you guys. And if it is helping, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. So now, when we talk about the 30-30 repeater, as well as other guns that are made for close and mid-range and long-range, obviously this is going to be more of a mid-range to long-range weapon. You don't necessarily want to run this with a Scout. You don't want to run it with a Sniper, anything along those sorts, because otherwise it's just going to... Again, you run into the same situation like we discussed earlier. Now you have to switch. You don't have a cleanup weapon. You have a single fire weapon. Anything along the same category you don't necessarily want to run as your weapon combo. You don't want to run a Flatline and a 30-30 because now you're sharing weapon. ammo, essentially. And so that's not good, because if you burn through your ammo, just as an example, and then you know, let's say you have a little bit less, you have only 120, by the time you go through the full bag, you have way less for your 30-30, and if you're end zone, and you'll start to feel the pinch, which feels uncomfortable. So essentially, with a 30-30, you would need to run a Volt, you would need to run a Mastiff, and you're going to need to run an R99. You can run an R301. Just be mindful, remember the conversation we had earlier about the Mastiff overall, that you need to be careful about, is that if you are running into an enemy team and you get your burst damage, right, you need to be sure right afterwards that you're going to land your shots with the R301. Because essentially, if they have a Mastiff, they can pretty much two-tap you before you even get your second weapon out. So be mindful of the distance and be mindful of the cleanup. An example would be if I'm running the 30-30 and I have the option of a Mastiff with no bolt or full kitted R301, and it's close to endgame or I'm breaching and building, I most likely am going to grab the Mastiff just because I know it's an easy clutch and easy win at that point. You can hard flex easy with an R301, and it does clean up. It's a great weapon. You have to be mindful of that. Whoever has the higher burst weapon, even if they happen to have a wingman, which you don't want to share with a 30-30, you have to be mindful of that. And just be aware. And of course, if you run a Devo or a Havoc in this scenario, and you have the ramp up time after switching, remember the switch up time is massive. So imagine I switch to the weapon and now I have the Devo. That's not good. That means that if they had a higher burst damage weapon, then I'm going to be in trouble. So the opposite, obviously these are the top fire weapons. The Wingman and 30-30 can be utilized close range, mid range, and long range, depending on how comfortable you are. In mid-range to long range. You can use this close range, just be careful. You know, it's gonna get you in trouble. Now, the interesting part about the Flatline, the Havoc, and the Spitfire that you have to be aware of is that, yes, they are great for your primary weapons, but you want to have a strong secondary weapon for cleanup as well. You can utilize a Flatline as a secondary towards a sniper, but it's not ideal. The reason why is that his DPS just isn't quite there, and you need something with a little bit more punch, just in case you switch to your weapon and you need to clutch out the game. Because I've showcased in my last video the difference between an R99 and, let's say, a Spitfire or anything along those lines. You will understand that while this damage is good, that the DPS is naturally lower for more of a mid-range encounter. But if you're literally right in front of their face right here and you have the choice of just shooting them and they have a Mastiff, you're probably going to lose. And that has nothing to do with your skill. It has more to do with your skill in terms of awareness and game sense rather than your mechanical skill. So there's a clear difference between the two. Alright, now when we talk light weapons, the P2020 is a meme gun. You can use it as a secondary, as a cleanup weapon with hammer points for fun. Of course, when you're playing competitive and ranked, I don't necessarily recommend it. It's a fun meme gun. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just if you want the most ideal situation, how you're going to clutch up a gunfight and win, you probably don't want to utilize a P2020 whatsoever. Now, if you grab an RE45, this is a great starter weapon. But after the starter weapon, you need to upgrade this gun ASAP so you can get a better chance to win an encounter. I mean, if you run in with an RE45 versus a Mastiff, even if the other player is not good whatsoever, and you're shooting with an RE45, you're probably going to lose. I mean, even versus a Volt or anything along those lines. So if we talk even high level now, even Alternator, even though it's got its buff, it's really good, but once you start facing enemies against purple, red, and so forth, you'll notice that this DPS just isn't going to cut it. You're going to need to grab an R301 and R99, so if you see on the ground, specifically even a Flatline, you may opt for that if it has more ammo. Now, of course, if you have no heavy ammo, and you're just pinched and you don't have a choice, well then, of course, the Alternator is not a bad alternative, no pun intended. Now, when it comes to the R99 and R301, this is just going to come to personal preference as well as the G7 Scout. R99 is going to be your king in close range. You need to pair this with the Mastiff for a quick cleanup after you do your initial spray. You can use the R99 in conjunction, let's say, with a sniper, but ideally you don't want to run it with a G7 Scout. You can again run the R99 with the 30-30 and be pretty strong there, which is a massive benefit. Or, again, you can run the R301 as a strong secondary as well. But as we discussed before, and again, I know I mentioned before in this video, sometimes as we start breaking down the weapon pairing, that you're going to hear some repeating. But again, I want you to step away and think about your weapon combinations and realize what they're weak against and what they're strong against. That whenever you run into an R301, versus massive situation that in your close range in a building, it's not your fault if you lose the encounter. I mean, it is your fault because you engaged it, but sometimes you run into them and don't realize what weapons they have, and this is why intel and information is key. So before you breach a building and you realize what you're up against, make the informed decision to say, am I going to go in with an R301 or 3030 repeater? Or do I need to make sure I get the initial crack? Okay, I cracked him, and then I can reload and take a different angle and position and then get the cleanup. You don't necessarily want to stand out in the open trying to go for your full spray unless you got the one up on him. If you are looking at a full situation of 1v1 situation here, and you say, oh great, I'm in the middle of nowhere and we're this close in proximity, you're probably going to lose, and that's just kind of the unfortunate, harsh reality that you run into in terms of weapon combinations. So, now we've watched the full video. Again, I appreciate all of you guys for being here. Hopefully this information is helpful. Remember, shotgun, strong secondary. Probably the strongest secondary and the most frustrating you're going to run into the game. The crate weapons you're going to get towards the end game. Tree Kraber Sniper, Prowler SMG, PK as if it was a shotgun. The Volt is a great R99 alternative, great SMG, secondary, and if you're using it as a primary, grab yourself a shotgun, you're going to be close range. Again, the recap, Devotion, Havoc can be alternatives, and they can be powerful whenever you're going close range and you have a turbocharger, an L-Star you need to replace later, ideally, unless you're just a boss and feel very comfortable with it. And Snipers, strong primary, you would never want to have this as a secondary weapon. That just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Be careful when pairing with single shotguns like the Scout 3030 because you're just giving yourself no room for error, and that's just not really fair to you. Now, to recap the heavy weapons, again, you have your single shot weapons here. You don't want to pair these with other ones and share weapon count. These can be utilized as primary. You want to be careful when pairing these with Sniper, though, because of the takeout time as well as the DPS potential. You're going to have to be 100% accurate, and even if you are, if somebody has a massive revolt, you're going to lose out. Trade out the weapons when you can for out of the P2020 RE45 as well as Alternator, and upgrade those as fast as possible. Scout is a great mid-range to long-range weapon. Even if you only have a 3x, it's very, very comparable. And of course, you have your R301 and R99, which are your staples. Just don't share ammo counts. I know you can infamously run the R400, but the issue is you're just going to run out of ammo before you know it. And that's kind of just the reality of those guns. But again, hope this is a great breakdown of weapon combos. Hopefully the Excel sheet that I provided is beneficial for you guys. Thank you guys seriously on the support on the channel. My goal is to help you guys continue to learn and improve. If you found this helpful, I can break this down even further. We can talk in-game examples if you'd like, but this video is already quite long enough in itself as we kind of talk information so you can succeed in-game. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.